conflict is a big deal, and conflict with mom. There's a whole fighting fair thing that we can go into and help moms and daughters.
Oh, now do you find the relationships with girls and their mothers versus girls and their fathers? I mean, I would presume that they're quite different.
Yes.
But are they really polar opposite?
Well, there's a special dynamic, a mother-daughter dynamic, and moms want the best for their daughters. I have 3 daughters. I know how that is. But you can get naggy and you can get pushy, and there's ways to work the relationship, and there's ways to sort of ruin the relationship, slowly wearing it down. So we have to be careful as moms, and we have to know when to step back and not to try to be involved in everything that they're involved in, but keep a connection, keep a lifeline there through text messaging and, other ways of communicating. But it's difficult, and one of the fun things I love doing is putting girls on stage and saying, you be the mother.
Oh.
What would you do if your daughter came up and wanted to see this R-rated movie that didn't get out till 1 in the morning? And how would you handle it? And you just see them go into the most hilarious scripting that must sound exactly like their mother.
Oh, gosh.
Because I said so. And, you're going to stay up too late. There's going to be people on the street. They hear their parents' concerns, but, nothing's going to happen to them. Because teenagers definitely, they don't think it's going to happen. So it's fun to look at them and say, hey, if you want your mom to compromise with you, you can keep your tone down. Don't slam the doors. Moms will listen if you compromise. Try not to use the word never or, always. You always let, my brother do it. Or you never let me go to the movies.
Well, that works with adults, too, not just teen girls.
Yeah, always and never shouldn't be in the vocabulary. It's difficult, and it closes people's minds just like that.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, communication skills. And it's hard when things get heated and the blood pressure goes up. We say things as parents.
Well, kids do, too.
I know, but we're the parents. We're supposed to have more control. So.
Now, how is a parent, I know you're supposed to control yourself, and sometimes you have to bite your tongue.
Yeah.
But any advice for parents and how they should work with their daughters?
If it gets heated, come back to it later.
Uh-huh.
Look for a time, like my kids will come up and they'll go, oh, I can see, not a good time to talk to you. Because if I'm doing something and I'm stressed about something. So for kids to also realize, don't approach your parents when there's a lot of frenzy going on and they're trying to manage and problem solve other things. Don't come ask them to, host the graduation party with 100 kids. Have some timing, right? And same with parents. Know when to stop, know what to say, know when your kids can handle it, and just walk away quietly and say, let's revisit this later. We're not making a lot of progress, instead of hammering it until someone wins and loses. Because that's
that doesn't help.
Thought.
So what do parents do when... I feel like, okay, this is your psychology background.
Yeah.
You've worked with a lot of teens. What do you do when a parent's trying to get through to their teen about something they feel is important?
Have someone else do it.
Yeah, okay.
I get called in a lot of times for youth groups and youth conventions and girls and boys things and Girl Scouts, because a lot of times when your parents tell you, and we can think of this from when we were kids, over and over and over and over, and it just bounces right off you. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, Dad. But when you bring in somebody else, the light bulb goes on as if they had never heard it, or it was the first time they've ever heard this before. So I would say, for your kids, find mentors. And if it's your neighbor, your girlfriend, it can be someone. They don't have to be a superhero. They don't have to be the next Olympic athlete to capture that daughter or son's attention. But somebody else in your kid's life, that's key.
Do they feel that they can talk to? Okay.
And also that person suddenly becomes an expert. Because they could say, hey, when I was your age, I really found it tough when this and that happened. How do you, how's it with you on that? And then they open up and say, wow, it wasn't so different when you were a kid, right? That's happening to me. But many times they won't do that to their mom, with their mom.
Okay. And actually the selection of that person is probably really important, because the teen could think that, oh, well, my mom's just having you do that because they want you to tell me everything.
Right.
And everything I tell you is going to go directly back to my mom or my dad or whatever.
Well, building a relationship with that person. For one, as a parent, you want to align with the philosophy of the person that you like to be a mentor or an example to your child. And it could be someone younger. It could be a college-age girl that's doing really great on her goals, and she's gotten her 4-year and she's going to go on to her master's, and just a kind of a stellar example. Or it can be a younger mom maybe that has a baby or a toddler, and maybe your daughter's babysitting for her, and then she takes her out for a latte or something on another time, and just is a really nice young mom who's been through a sort of a stage above or 2 stages above where your daughter is.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be more cool than someone your own age of your own mom.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes you just can't imagine talking to your mom about certain things.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's hard, but starting early on, I mean, if you have elementary school kids, it's good to start early on just talking about everything, and it's more natural.
Now, I'm looking at the things you have in your hand. Fit Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sport drills, dance moves, cardio.
Mm-hmm.
How important is fitness for girls?
I think it's the whole self-esteem thing. Even if they're perfect health, they don't have an obesity problem, I'm telling you, you get these girls moving and they just feel so much better about who they are. There is a connection. It's psychological. I mean, there's a physical connection to how we feel about ourselves and our body together and how it works together.
It's all those endorphins.
It is. Well, that too, because, they can be drama queens, and there's hormones, and there's, small bouts of depression that girls get. You have the PMS. Oh my gosh. Fitness and PMS, I mean, it's proven. It's going to take down the bloat and all those things.
Oh,
So,
teenage girls, you're exploring your body?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's great for all of that. So.
Very interesting. Well,
thank you.
Gina, thank you so very
Yes.
much. Yes, and there's a lot of teen girls that really have much to learn
I know.
and want to know more, but sometimes, check out Unwrapped.
That's right. And we'll be talking at you later.
Thank you, Gina.
All right, thanks.